Good morning, everyone. It's early Saturday morning, and I'm completing some grading of your Word of the Day Google Forms documents. At this point, the goal is that you have completed 6 of these, 2 a week for the past 3 weeks. So starting on Tuesday, you'll have your next 2 for the week that will be due on May 8th. I want to go through one of these as an example for you, just to show you my thought process as we're completing these context clues. Okay, this is used to improve your vocabulary and all of your reading skills to be familiar with new vocabulary. It'll definitely help you for next year, whether you're going into 8th grade or into the high school. Okay, so when you open the screen, you'll see a little picture. It'll usually say vocabulary. I've been trying to switch it up. It'll say word a day, and then it'll say every week the same thing. Vocabulary is critical to reading success for these reasons. Increased reading comprehension, improves all areas of communication, including listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And then it says spend a few minutes each day extending your vocabulary. So guys, this isn't meant to be hard or to taunt you. This is an easy participation grade that I really want you to take your time on and do your best. So your first question that's always required is your name. So I will enter my name here. Okay. Then I'll go down to where I see this box. Whatever this word is in the big black box with the white font is your vocabulary word of the day. It is also underlined in the sentence so that you know to focus on that word. So when you're answering the definition, you're answering the definition based off of this word, what you think it means. So in class, when we do context clues, we usually highlight, we go back to the text, we find clues that support our answer. Pretend you're doing that right now. So an example of this, the word is appropriate. You may have heard this word. You may not be sure of this word because you don't know how to say it, but have heard it. You can always put it in Google and have them say it for you because it may be a word that you're not sure on the paper, but when you hear it, you've heard that word a lot of times. So the sentence, the context clue sentence that goes with this says, during cultural ceremonies, it is appropriate for Indigenous women and girls to be wearing a ribbon skirt and dress modestly. Okay, so the word you're focusing on is appropriate. So down here, we're going to go to the definition. Find the definition. If you don't have a dictionary, you can Google the term. Guys, it is so silly to get this one wrong because you can literally open a new tab, go to dictionary.com. You can type in appropriate. Okay, it'll say it for you.
Appropriate or appropriate.
Okay, and then it'll give you the definition. Okay, so let's go back. The definition, suitable or right, to guard or be at the side of something or someone, having or showing a strong intention to do something, to avoid giving a direct answer to a question. So if you go back and read the sentence, during cultural ceremonies, it is appropriate for Indigenous women and girls to be wearing a ribbon skirt and dress modestly. My clues are going to tell me that it's the right way to do something if you're wearing a ribbon skirt or to dress modestly. So I would click suitable or right. A synonym, find the synonym, a word that means the same or nearly the same thing. So again, you're going back up to appropriate. What's another word that means suitable or right? Impressive, stubborn, proper, surrounded. I'm going to go with proper for that one because appropriate and proper are pretty much the same thing. Antonym is the opposite. Is the opposite of it. So is it the opposite of proper? Decisive, meaning you can decide. Hesitant, meaning you kind of step back and you're timid to do something. Unfitting or unconfined. Say I didn't know what this word unconfined means. I would go back to Google and I would look it up. Okay, limited or restricted, unable to leave a place because of illness, being in childbirth is confined. So unconfined would be the opposite, right? So then I would go back, and I would say it would probably be unfitting, because if you're not doing the right thing, it doesn't fit. Okay? The last one, and I've dinged you on a couple of you on this. You're writing a sentence using the word of the day. So the word of the day is appropriate. You have to use that in your own sentence. I'm noticing that some of you are copy and pasting sentences. All right? You'll only receive 1 point if the sentence is not your own. This question is worth 2 points, so come up with your own sentence. I've caught some of you just copy and pasting. It's not worth it. Come up with your own sentence. It's very easy to do. So let's use appropriate in a sentence. I'm going to show my understanding by giving a really, really, really solid description of that word in the sentence. So I could say, it is appropriate to silence your cell phone in the movie theater. That means that it's the right thing to do to silence it. Okay? Notice that I started my sentence with a capital letter. I checked my spelling. So I started with my capital letter. I checked my spelling to make sure that it was right. And lastly, I ended with a period or some type of punctuation. It could be a question. It can be an exciting statement where you're using an exclamation point. All right? Think these things through. All right? This video total is going to be about 7 minutes long, and that's taking all of the steps to make sure that I did a really good job by looking things up on Google, by taking my time and going through each word. This should not take you more than 10 minutes at a time. Okay? Do a good job on these. It's silly to lose points and simply write, I don't know. I need you to try, and I need you to do your best. I know that you can do this. I hope that you are able to get some sun this weekend and enjoy the warm weather. I miss you all, and I hope that you are doing well and staying safe. Take care.